Continuing my quest to beat off as many Dragapult players as possible, I build a Quad LILLIE'S Clefairy deck. That's the whole concept of today's video. There's 4 LILLIE'S Pearl, so it only gives up 1 prize upon knockout, Mystery Garden for card draw, Wonders Patch for energy acceleration, and a couple of spicy tarts to help with other matchups. Basically, if all you do is face Dragapult and Lucario with this deck, well, you'll beat Lucario. Because like life, Dragapult always seems to find a way. I do have a chance of knocking out their Monkey Dory. The problem here is I can't put the Mimikyu down. I just got to believe in the heart of the cards. The heart of the cards has been bad for us all stream. That is kind of also really bad. All right, so we're just going to have Quad Frostlass over there. the old Quad Frostlass, and then I have to put everybody into play, including Shaymin, and then I have to Mystery Garden, hope for an energy off of this. Okay, we got a Telepathic. Okay, so I can't... I mean, let's see... Do I just knock out the Monkey Dory? I think I just knock out the Monkey Dory, right? I think I just go Clefairy, Telepathic, Retreat, knock out the Monkey, and then next turn I can do 200 to somebody. But this is my second Starmie deck. You're wondering, how is the win-loss rate so bad? I have faced 2 metal decks. Guess what Clefairy is weak to? And I have already faced Crustle and Starmie, and I can't remember what the other one was because it was Psyduck and a nothing start. But you would not believe how absolutely impossible it is to get a Mystery Garden or a LILLIE'S or anything going on today. There's been no Dragapult, there's been no Lucario. The one time it might have been Lucario was that Psyduck game, thank you for reminding me. And then just Frostlass is absolutely horrific for us. But I think I can maybe win this one. Oh my god, thank you for all of my Gust cards, by the way. Really appreciate that. Okay, actually, I think honestly I go for the Staryu here. I know it might be a better thing to go for the Frostlass or somebody. We got Togetic. All right, yeah, there's a Mystery Garden. Do I discard it to draw what? 1 card? Seems like a bad idea. Especially when I can Iron Boulder. Nah, you know what? I think I have to draw the 1. I think I have to draw the 1. See what happens. Well, that wasn't worth it. Air Balloon on you. Ronda Rousey. So if they get a Mega Frostlass energy, we're kind of screwed. Maybe I should have gone for a Snorunt or the Frostlass. Because realistically, the biggest threat is going to be the Frostlass. But I can always Mystery Garden. I can, you know, I can smooch them toes. Yeah, they understand that their strategy here is just attack with, or just put as many Frostlass into play. But, well, the thing is, I don't have any EXs on the bench, and I have Shaymin. So technically, it maybe might have been worth it. All right, we got the Pearl Necklace. That's great. I guess I just go... I mean, I guess I go Telepathic on this guy. And then do I have a Toad? Yeah, we got nothing in there. Just take the KO on the active. Because now I can just kind of go boss game. But YouTube audience, what I do is I try to include the most interesting games. It's not interesting when you never see a Mystery Garden, you get stamped right away by a Stevens Metagross deck because you had the audacity to knock something out. When you face a Doublade deck, I did win that Doublade game, but it was really not good. So I do try to include the most interesting games, whether they're win or losses. It's just that when I lose, it's mostly because I just didn't get a playable starting hand. And that's kind of, oh, here we go. So how... They're going for the, oh, I thought they were going to go for the Togetic. I thought they were going to absolutely... Oh, because they don't have it like that. I thought they were going for the Togetic, but they don't actually have it like that. So this is funny, is I can hit them with the Frostlass. They made an oopsie here. They made an oopsie doopsie where they thought, oh, I'm just going to bring up the Iron Boulder and that's going to win me the game. Little did they know that Trust Your Pilot's got the nicest feet in the world. Oh, I can't play that. Yeah, don't be bad. Don't be bad. So I've been trying a bunch of things. I think I'm going to have to switch up some of the lists because I relied on 4 LILLIE'S, 3 Mortys, 3 Mystery Garden, 4 Telepathic, and an Unfair Stamp. I think it's going to have to be Hilda, Colress, Pokegear. Just play my hand down as low as possible. You can suck my butt, Wallies. I hate this card so... Oh, and they just got it like that. Thank you. Awesome. Thank you for that. Just with the Wallies into the energy. It's like they were prepping me for that. And there's a... Well, the Glalie is not going to do anything. No, they're not going to find everything they need, okay? They're not going to find everything they need. I'm going to keep my hand size as low as possible. We'll be fine. We will be totally fine. I can I don't even know if I can two-shot the Mega Frostlass. But it's basically been this, where my opponent just has there we go. We got the Togekiss. I'm going for it. We are guaranteed to get at least one heads flip on the Togekiss. That is the Trust Your Pilot guarantee. It is absolutely going to happen. I think I have to butt scratcher for a Psychic just so I have a backup attacker if I can. Nah, Heart of the Cards, baby. Okay, well, I mean, I guess that was slightly Heart of the Cards. That was a slight Heart of the Cards moment. And let's go for another Togepi. So all we have to do is flip one heads. I have 2 chances to flip one heads on Togekiss to get my 3 prizes. I don't have to go through the stupid Mega Frostlass because they'll have a quad Wallies. No. No, I have committed to this strategy. We are sticking to this strategy. We are not abandoning the strategy like it is an unwanted child at the Grand Canyon and they grow up to be a Pokemon card player and they have many issues that are not nice. Okay, they just went for the straight resentful refrain. All I have to do is just flip one heads. I also need an energy. That would also be really cool. So I just need to get one heads. I just need a little bit of head, and we will be fine. That's great. I'm just going to go for it, you know, because why do I need to play it smart? Why do I need to play it smart and, you know, be realistic here when I'm just going to have it like that? Like, there's 0 point. We're just going to flip heads. We're going to win the game. And that's it. Coin flips are literally 50-50. That's how statistics work. Coin flips are always 50-50. I told you. Coin flips are always... We almost lost that game, okay? We almost lost that entire game. And but that's a terrible matchup, by the way. But I knew what to do. You don't put abilities into play. You let PTCGL give you the worst possible hands. And then you manufacture a win. That's what you do. This is the second time we've faced Dragapult today. You'll never guess what happened the first time. Yeah, they chickened out. They were like, oh man, Trust Your Pilot's too good. I gotta concede because Trust Your Pilot's the GOAT. What the hell is this hand? What the hell is this? There's not even anyone to attach to right now. What the hell is this? How do you Lillies into this hand? Oh my god. Okay, no, I should have Mortised for one. Should have just used the old Mortis for one. That would have been better. Yeah, they grabbed the Lillies off the Pokegear, but yeah, it turns out a Mortis for one would have been a lot smarter of a decision for me. Yeah, they just got the Dracloak, they got all the card draw, they're gonna get a Poffin, they're gonna get double Dreepy, next turn they're gonna get triple Dracloak, they're gonna Dragapult me, they're gonna, you know, have Risky Ruins Monkey Dory. See, what did I tell you? Yeah, the Mortis for one. Should have believed. Right? It was a Mortis for... If it was a Mortis for 3, sure, but it was a Mortis for 1. If I got my... If I could have just played the Skin Flute, there's a Telepathic. That's good. We'll fail that first one, and then we'll do that. There's a Badoo, which I guess I want in play. I don't know. All right, so Telepathic on this guy. I want to go for Smoochum Clefairy. So Smooch them toes, then Clefairy. I have to retreat Smoochum. So, oh god. I'm going to talk. Okay, so that explains a lot. We prize 3 Psychic Energy. I'm going to talk, everybody. Be careful here, okay? Trust Your Pilot's going to say something. As long as they don't have Energy, Bosses, Dragapult, we win this game. As long as they don't have Energy to retreat the Monkey Dory, bosses to bring up the Clefairy, and then Phantom Dive Pinks to KO the Togepi, we will be totally fine. There's no way they have it like that. There's no way they're going to Dracloak into a Dracloak into a Dracloak into a Dunsparce, okay? It has never happened before where a Dragapult player has drawn 12 cards in a turn. It is just completely absurd. And also, I found both my accompanying flute, but I haven't found any of my 3 Mystery Garden or my 4 Pearl, which is, yep, there it is. They're going to find their other Dracloak. As long as they don't have retreat Dragapult bosses, everything is fine. And I've never seen a Dragapult player have everything they need in their turn. So it's like, we're totally fine. I have never, ever seen in the history of the world a Dragapult player get a 3-card combo off of a 12-card hand. Okay, it's a Dracloak. Wait, that's good. Wait, so they got rid of Crispin Risty Ruins, which are 2 very interesting cards. Are they just going for like an extra turn? Because if I hit this Pokemon catcher, that's probably game. Yeah, it's not a good thing when they're getting rid of Crispin. And I have an unplayable hand. But if I can just hit this catcher and knock out their Dracloak, we're totally fine. How could anything go wrong with playing Pokemon catcher as... Okay, that's fine. They're just going to go for another Dunsparce. Because there's nothing else to... Yeah, they might go for a 4th Dreepy, but yeah, Dunsparce makes the most sense. No, Cole, that's what you don't understand, is I'm just going to get it like that. I'm going to top deck out LILLIE'S. We're going to LILLIE'S into Rare Candy. We're going to Togekiss. We're going to Pokemon catcher the Dracloak. We're going to take 2 prizes. They're going to concede. And, oh, God. Oh, they're retreating. Badoo? If it's Badoo, that's bad, but I'll take it. So... oh, I can knock them out with a Togepi. I had no idea that you could knock out a Badoo with a Togepi. We're learning something new every day. The Togepi has a 30 damage attack. So, you know, maybe this is how we turn things. Oh, God. The reason I play Air Balloon is because, you know, you need to retreat the Togekiss somehow, but Air Balloon has just been a dead card most of the time here. My opponent is literally going to see 3 off the Dunsparce, 5, 7, 9. So with their top deck, they're seeing at least 10 cards today, or this turn, which is absolutely absurd that a deck that doesn't have any multi-prizers in play can see 10 cards in one turn. And that's before Unfair Stamp, and that's before LILLIE'S. So theoretically, they could see 23 cards this turn, 26 if they have a Pheasantipity. Do you understand how absurd that is? So with 3 with the Dunsparce, they'd see 2. I know they only get 1, but they go for the Smoochum. Be an idiot. Go for the Smoochum. Damn it. I hoped, okay? I had slight hope. I had a little bit of hope that maybe they wouldn't have it like that, but they did use their attachment on the Monkey Dory. And I have Night Stretcher. They're going to knock out like everything, which is bad. But I can't knock them out because guess what? I don't have any bench Pokemon. Because I played my 1 supporter. My deck only has the 1 supporter. So, oh, yes, please fill up your bench. Please don't do math. Yes, okay, so they don't know how to do math. Good. They're Canadian. You know those old Molson commercials? They are Canadian. But you're supposed to have one of your 4 LILLIE'S Pearl to prevent this from being devastating. Is, you know, you're supposed to have one of your 4 LILLIE'S Pearl, one of your 3 Mystery Garden, one of your 3 Mortys. Okay, that's actually really good. So now we have more energy in the discard pile. I go up with the Smoochum. As long as they can't find a Crispin next turn, we'll be fine. As long as they can't find a Crispin, everything will be fine. There's a Telepathic. That is awesome. The problem is that I don't think I can put anyone but Clefairy into play now. Ooh, hang on. No, they don't have anyone with 60 hit points on the bench. So I can't get 11 cards. I can't get 11 cards in my hand, so that's a little concerning. So we just have to go Wondrous Patch. Yeah, Wondrous Patch. I think another LILLIE'S is good just in case I get, you know, a Mystery Garden. Seems like a decent plan here. All right, so the Smoochum's going to get knocked out at some point. That's not good. Well, all I need is like a couple cards. And if I could have grabbed the Togekiss, right? If I just had a decent start, because I play 3 PokePad. Can I get a Mystery Garden, please? Can I get a Mystery Garden or a playable card? A playable cardin, as the kids would say. A playable cardin, huh? That's a real cardinal sin that I just commit. I don't know what I'm doing. This is what happens when you know you're going to lose and you just say things to try and cheer yourself up, but then you realize that talking makes things worse. All right, as long as they don't have a Crispin this turn, they did ditch a Crispin earlier. So the YouTube audience, no, I'm leaving that one in there, never let me down. That one's staying in there. They deserve to hear that. So I have an unfair stamp in the deck, which is how, you know, you get their hand size down pretty low. Because, you know, I'm just letting them have their way with me. But if they don't get a Crispin, we win. I think they have a Crispin. I'm not sure, but I think something in my butt is telling me they have... Oh. But no, there's no way, because they have a 16-card hand. This is the problem with drawing so many cards, is all of their energy has to be in their hand. Unless they play an unfair stamp, there's no way. There is no way they have both energy in their deck. Ah, see, I told you. See, that's the downside to drawing too many cards. Because remember, with Crispin, if you only have one type of energy in your deck, you don't get to accelerate anything. Because the first part of the card is put one of them into your hand. The other one is attach one to your Pokemon. So now I can just capture the Dragapult. Oh, they're going for the Badoo. That's actually really smart. That's actually really intelligent. But no, they're going to be in the same spot they were last turn, except now I can take a knockout for game. So I think what they're doing is they're banking on an unfair stamp. I would assume that's their ace spec, but I think they put themselves into a no-win situation. Like this is going to be a huge problem. Or it could have been, because, you know, Tenacious Tail would take a knockout, but they ditched it right away. We get our first... Oh my goodness, how ruined we would be if not for this. How terrible life would be if not for our Mystery Garden. Okay, so let's attach to you. Let's go Mystery Garden. Draw a couple cards. There's a Boses. Okay, so... Do I knock out a Dragapult or do I save the bosses for next turn? I think I save the bosses for next turn? Because no matter what, they're going to have a Dragapult. So wait, do I go for the Dunsparce then? I mean, I think I just go for the... No, I think I just go for a Dragapult, because this way, if they Badoo me again, this cuts off a Badoo chance for them. Yeah, never let me down. I was thinking about that. I was like, I want to cut off their card draw, because what if they stamp me and then they have the thing? Remember, I prized 3 Psychic. You're wondering, how'd you just get 3 Psychic energy in a row off your prizes? That's how. But never gonna let me down is correct. I go for a Dragapult with the bosses, because then it guarantees that whoever I knock out next wins me the game. So obviously, if I didn't have... Okay. Whoever said they were going to be playing a Hero's Cape, they were right. All right, but the good news is that I wasted both of my flutes early to play the game. But I have 2 Pokemon Catcher. I should have another bosses. As long as... I mean, they can't item lock me, right? They can't leave a Badoo. They have to come up here with the Dragapult. They literally have to come up with the Dragapult. Oh, it's the winning list from Purdue. You know, we're making some really good progress against Dragapult today, aren't we? We're making some really good progress. And also the Latias comes up short. Latias does 400 damage. Please, 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 no more pilot. Please, spare us. Okay. I'm going to Morty's for 2, which is really cool. Okay, do they realize there's no point to this? Are they going for the Smoochum or something? No, you can't prove that. You can't prove that. Okay, so I'm not quite sure why they wasted the bosses, but they did. So in this situation, we just go Pokemon Catcher for game, baby. Pokemon Catcher, easy dubs. This card always flips heads. I told you. I told you it always flips heads. They're just like, oh my god, I just got my cheeks clapped by the pilot. So I'm undefeated against Dragapult. So my strategy of playing decks that only beat Dragapult has been very successful these last few games. Oh god. these last few days. The problem is that PTCGL always puts me up against my worst matchups. So my strategy of making decks that beat off Dragapult players, foolproof. The problem is that I haven't been facing Dragapult, and I don't think I faced a single Lucario in the last like 5 days. This is a potentially winnable matchup, okay? I'm going to get rid of Night Stretcher. No, I'm going to get rid of Psychic and... no, I got to get rid of Night Stretcher and Judge. Night Stretcher, Judge. We go for Clefairy. I prized all of my basics. That's cool. Then we go Lillie's Pearl. Attach. Lillie's Determination. This is a pretty even matchup, I think. Pretty even matchup there. Real even matchup we have there. All right, so let's get rid of Mist Energy. And I guess the Psyduck. Because it doesn't really matter. Right, because I'm not taking a knockout no matter what I do. So I may as well just Teal Dance, hit into the Mewtwo, and go from there. And then we get the Telepathic right after. All right, so they can knock... Oh, I forgot to put Latias into play. Forgot to put the Latias into play. I just naturally assumed that was a Telepathic and I had a brain fart there. But this is really bad now because Trust Your Pilot shut off his brain for a second and was thinking too much about feet. And Lena, hey, they have a Clefairy of their own. So if just slightly different, right? If I just get a Telepathic, if I just get another basic, the deck does play 14 basics, so the fact that I haven't really found any is kind of wild to me. But I can one-shot a Team Rocket's Mewtwo. It just requires, you know, my Ogerpon to put in some work. So I should not have energy switched. I should have been paying attention, but you know we don't pay attention in these parts. They're already down Team Rocket's factory. So if they fill up their bench, I do play Area 0, which is really good. But it looks like they're prepping for, what are they prepping for? They got Catching Set, Bangle, Ariana Grande, Team Rocket's Factory. So Ultra Ball away some... Oh, I think we're good. I think we're good to go because they have to fill up their bench. That's the one nice thing about this matchup is if they want to start taking KOs with Spidops, they have to fill up their bench, and I need them to fill up their bench if I want to take a one-shot of Team Rocket's Mewtwo with my Clefairy, because Clefairy does do exactly 280 damage if they have a full bench and I have a full bench of 8. So it is possible for a Clefairy to deal 280 damage. It's just not very freaking likely. And I was going to say, they can't do anything this turn unless they get it all like that. They didn't get it all like that. So yeah, obviously they're prepping the Mimikyu, but they can only copy Ogerpon for, you know, good value if I start attaching energy, because how many energy is too much? If I put double Articuno, they're going to go for another Tarantula, I assume. Oh, they're going for a Mimikyu. Okay, well, they don't realize I'm just going to be attacking with Clefairy. They don't know. This is not a quad Clefairy list. It's a triple Clefairy list. Maybe I should have done quad Clefairy, but I'm a coward. All right, so let's go Telepathic. I'm going to go for Clefairy Latias. Well, yep, that, forgot we prized everything. Forgot about that. Forgot that everything was prized. Okay, so I'll put 1 energy on the Ogerpon just as a how do you do. There's Area 0. That's great. It's all coming up. It's all going to happen. I just need 4 more basics, and I'm not sure the deck has 4 more in there. Okay. Well, that's a Lillie's Pearl. Somehow we did not get what we needed. And I guess I put that down so I can bump the Meowth. So yeah, I mean, this did not work out. This did not work out whatsoever. I was supposed to energy switch off the grass back to the Ogerpon because the deck plays 4 energy switch. That didn't happen. That was, that didn't happen at all. But they have to do 210 to a Clefairy. They basically need Giovanni energy, which they're definitely going to get because, you know, we haven't seen a single Giovanni. They are down 3 factory, though, which is kind of rough. They're down 3 factory. They might not be able to bump Area 0. So if they don't have Transceiver Giovanni, the game's probably over. Okay, well, they also need an energy. They need an energy. They can go for literally anybody. Everybody is fair game on my side of the field. Probably the Fez. Yeah, the Fez is easy. Okay, they got the energy. They're not going to have another one, right? They're not going to have another way. So I'm just going to bosses this guy, punch it in the balls, and then we'll be fine. You know, let it be a lesson. Every time you can punch someone in the balls, you got to do it. All right, there's a grass. Let's attach to you. Go get the other Latias just to thin out the deck. So my 2 Kangaskhan are the last basics. I have room for them. Just unlikely that I'll find them. All right, let's go. Yep, bring you up there. Don't go too crazy on the Ogerpon. Keep it tight. Keep it real tight. Oh yeah, I keep it tight all day, baby. Okay, so if they can't do the thing, we might be okay. Because remember, I got rid of a Night Stretcher early, which is looking real dumb in retrospect. And I was like, we don't need that Night Stretcher. We're going to have all our basics in our deck. And then all our basics were prized. So that was a real oopsie hours there. But as long as they don't have Giovanni, we should be okay. Because they're currently 10 damage short. They have to find another base. Yeah, they got another one. Yeah, they got a Tarantula. That's fine. And there's another freaking... How do they have Giovanni every turn? This is insane that they've just had Giovanni every single freaking turn. But I think I'm going to run them out of everything, right? I think this is the end of the line for them. They overcommitted their bangles. You know, they decided to grow out their bangles, and it just does not look good whatsoever. So I'll put the Clefairy into play. We knocked this guy out. Can I get my stamp? Okay, this is great. This is great. Let's go Telepathic. The Lillie's Pearl mean nothing at this point. Like, literally, they mean absolutely nothing. And then I think in this situation, I just Crispin to thin out the deck. So, yeah, we go put the grass into my hand. Accelerate the Psychic. I could also, you know, go for the Meowth. But I don't think Tuck Tail... Actually, Tuck Tail might be good. So I might want to Tuck Tail if I have the chance. Which is very funny to say out loud. That Tucking Tail might be the correct call here. So we'll attach that there. We go Unfair Stamp. Because remember, they have a Mimikyu. Mimikyu is just a free prize for a Tuck Tail. And it might be the first ever Tuck Tail in the history of the Pokemon trading card game. So I do need like a Gust card though. So they can't knock out my Clefairy this turn. Unless they have... I mean, they probably got Ariana, let's be honest. They definitely got Ariana off the whatever I gave them. But I've kept my Ogerpon energy count low, so the Mimikyu is not... Oh, they got another freaking Giovanni. They got another freaking Giovanni. They need another basic, though. They think they have it. They need another basic. They need one more basic. There's no way I stamped you into another basic. They're one short. They don't see it. They're only doing 150. Instant concede. Concede of shame. I think we're about to get a concede of shame here. Concede of Shaymin? Yeah, see the stamp, baby. But how the hell did they find Giovanni in 3 turns in a row? That is absolutely insane. Like, I understand they play 3 and they play Transceiver. But how do you get 3 Giovanni in a... Oh, that scared the crap out of me. I was like, if that's a freaking Night Stretcher, there's no way you have a Poffin. There's no way I stamped you into... Thank you. Okay. This is great. We always have access to the Meowth. Oh, that was scary. That was a real scary movie there. Let's go Clefairy there. I will Ogerpon. They'll probably just... I think I have to keep the energy on the Ogerpon now. That's fine. So let's go... Yeah, we need to keep the Area 0 Underpants. I think in this situation, I go for the Fez, and we just hope they don't have their final Team Rocket's Factory. Because that would suck. And then, yeah, let's go Lily's Determination. Because the bosses would be great. Kangaskhan is also great. And... I mean, how many energy switch am I down? Just 1. Oh, 2. I'm down 2. So let's attach to... But what if they... No, we're under the assumption that they're out of Giovanni, is what I'm trying to get. We are under the assumption that they are out of Giovanni because they've played 3, and they're just living off their top deck. Oh man, that was so crazy. And then we got the bosses, but that doesn't really matter right now. Unless I get energy off the top. So I was going to attach to the Meowth because I didn't think we were going to get it like that, but then we got it like that. So that would be cool to use a tuck tail in this situation. I mean, you wouldn't let me tuck my tail between my legs and pretend like I've got a hot dog back there. That would have been so funny. But there you go. We weren't able to tuck tail, but I did have the option. Eric, you disappoint me daily, Eric. There is literally no way that I lose this game. I can guarantee you unequivocally that Trust Your Pilot cannot lose this game. It is literally impossible for me to lose this game because I am the #1 PTCGL player of all time, and we win all day. That's what we do. What are they going to do? Put a Passimian down? Passimian doesn't do it, and I'm just going to use the PokePad because I used Mega Absol's terminal period earlier, so I needed to use the PokePad. All right, here we go. What the hell is this? Well, I can't use anything, but the counter gain definitely goes on the Azelf. And then we go Painful Memories. There was a time when people put Raging Bolt with Dragapult. Was that like very, very early on? So apparently this list was top 8 at Prague, which is, if you're wondering, why am I seeing all these Dragapult decks? What's with all these snakes on this plane? What's with all the Crustle? Well, #1, I'm to blame for the Crustle because I made a Crustle video. Same with Garchomp. But Dragapult to Dunsparce finished #1 at Prague. Starmie Dusknoir finished 4th. And then Raging Bolt Ogerpon, which is probably what this is, which has 3 Meowth, 2 Latias, 2 Raging Bolt, 4 Ogerpon, and a Passimian and a Chenpao. Yeah, there's the Passimian. This finished 6th. So there's the Passimian. And it looks like they're just going to go for a knockout with Passimian, which is great because I really don't care. And I can knock out their Passimian with my Azelf with a single energy attachment, which is great for us. And, oh, they put it... Oh, wait, what? They can't knock out my Clefairy. What are you going for? Cyrano? That... Okay, I don't think they know how to play this matchup, or they just really believe in themselves. Or they really believe in themselves here, which I would not do, because there's no way I lose this game. Right? I just go Azelf up front, take the knockout with Azelf, and then we just do the thing. Oh, dear goodness. Okay. What the hell? Excuse me? Could I have a word with your... Oh, my goodness. Okay. This is fine. Everything's great. Everything is going superbly, superfluously. I'm just going to take the knockout and let Arceus take the wheel here. We're going to be fine. Everything is great. We have a Lillies for next turn. They can't item lock me. I don't care what they do this turn, as long as my hand is unaffected. Okay, I have some concerning news. There's an Unfair Stamp and a Zerosic in here, but we know they're playing Cyrano. As long as they don't have the Unfair Stamp, everything will be fine. And I won't be punished. There's no way they have the Unfair Stamp. What do you mean that's the only way we lose this game is if they have Unfair Stamp? Oh, okay, they can't get anything. There is nothing they can get right now. They either have to have the stamp in hand or Fez into it, which is really bad for us. But the cool thing is they're building up my Clefairy. So the only way we lose this game is if they decide to be smart and stamp me. Oh, they're going to bump their Meowth and probably... I don't even know. Well, I mean, Meowth, Chenpao, and... Latias? Raging Butt. That makes sense. But the thing is, Clefairy does 220 damage. So that's what they might not... They didn't even Fez. They didn't even Fez. They didn't even Fez. That is how cool this thing is. I'm in danger. They didn't even Fez. Well, I guarantee to win as long as I don't get stamped. You know, as long as I don't get stamped, I had my fingers crossed. I had my butt cheeks clenched. All right, well, Hey, we did get that. That's not helpful at all, but we did get it. That doesn't help me whatsoever, but we did get it. And I'm just going to put another Lillie's Pearl on you. So we have thinned the deck by 2 cards. Because my toes don't deserve to be mutilated in such a way. Okay, do I believe in the heart? Press 1 to believe in the heart of the cards. Ooh, that's good. Press 1 to believe in the heart of the cards and just promote the Lillies. Or press 2 to be smart and put the Uxie up front. Because remember what happened last time I listened to all of you? We did the naked Pokegear and we lost because of it. Yeah, see, Lena's the smart one. You know, notice how the 5%ers are both voting 2? All right, well, I listened to the 95% last time, so we're going for the... Well, actually, no, I have to take a knockout this turn or else the game is over. So I do have to put the Clefairy up front. Oh my goodness. Okay, so we're doing 180. I think just to be... No, I don't waste the Pokemon catcher. I just need a basic and an energy, and we win the game. That's it. I just need a basic and an energy, and we win the... Interesting. Things have become interesting. The problem is that the only people I can put into play are multi-prizers, which is very bad. And they have several bosses in that deck. But I don't really have a choice here. So who do I go for? I mean, their Clefairy might actually be the biggest threat over there. So let's do that. I mean, again, their Clefairy could potentially be the biggest threat. But then the Ogerpon does 30, 60, 90, 120, 150, 180. So they would need 1 more energy on the Ogerpon to knock out a Clefairy. All right, they got rid of Kangaskhan, which was smart, but I couldn't knock that out really anyway. So let's... how much damage are we doing? We're doing 200. I don't currently have it. Let's just Mystery Garden and see what happens. Oh, we got a Lillie's Pearl. I mean, it doesn't matter because I put the Latias down, and that was dumb. And we're just out of... I have 3 Night Stretcher in this deck. You're crazy. Okay, well, let's go... We're doing 200. I think I just try to force them to need an extra energy on the Ogerpon. Because we know... But they also need a Psychic energy. So maybe I shouldn't have done this. Maybe this was a little too greedy. But we're going to do 200. We're going to knock out the Clefairy. I think maybe the correct call was knocking out the Ogerpon. Because this way they would need a Psychic. But they do play 4 Crispin. That is the other thing. They play 4 Crispin in that list. So if they didn't prize their Psychic energy, or if it's not in the discard pile, they would have very easily been able to find it. Because I think it's 2 bosses. So actually, I should have knocked out the Ogerpon. Because if they are forced to needing to use Crispin, that means they're not using bosses. Bosses is their win condition on my Latias. Because I chickened out and didn't go for another Clefairy. What? What's happening? They must have an energy in hand for Teal Dance then. Right? Because if they don't take a knockout this turn, the game is over. Do they realize that they lose this game if they don't take it? Okay, there we go. There it is. Okay. They had to take a knockout this turn, but they're going to be out of energy, which is really nice here. There's a Golden Shower, which is really fun. Okay, so I have Prime Catcher, the one Clefairy list that doesn't have Unfair Stamp, and we get immediately punished for it. There's a Psychic. Okay, so Accompanying Flute. We got a Raging Butt. Get that out of there. I have to go Colress's Thickacity. And then, yeah, we go Mystery Garden. How many? I have an energy. Yeah, then we attach the Telepathic. Really wish I had that Counter Gain. Remember when we had that Counter Gain? Remember when Counter Gain was a thing? So let's go Telepathic. I'm drawing 2. Heart of the Cards. Heart of the Cards. Oh, I'm drawing more than 2. So I think I go for the Raging Bolt, right? I know I don't want to do this, but I need to draw an extra card. So I need to put up the Uxie or something. I need to get one of my... I have 4 Wonders Patch in the deck, okay? I'm drawing 4 cards. There's 4 Wonders Patch in the deck. You have to be... There's no way. There is no way that just happened. I have 4 Wonders Patch in the deck. Excuse me? There's 4 Wonders Patch in that deck. Okay, well, I don't have a choice. I have to send up the Clefairy with the Lillie's Pearls, or I guess I could have just kept the Uxie there. There is literally 4 Wonders Patch. I have not played a Wonders Patch this entire game. And PTCGL said, nah. Yep, there it all is. Then they have bosses per game. Everything was lined up perfectly. And then they just, oh, wait, they don't have bosses per game. Hang on. Hang on a second. They knocked out the active. Okay, so then I just bosses the Teal Mask Ogerpon? Oh, I don't even know what to do right now, because they have 1 prize left. I think I have to hunt the energy. This freaking game. This absolutely stupid, crappy game that is the dumbest game ever made in the history of the world doesn't deserve happiness. Yeah, I said it. You don't deserve happiness. Literally the next freaking card. We had all 4 of them in the deck. Literally the next freaking card. Oh no, wouldn't it be really funny? Oh wait, do I not have a knockout? I don't have, oh no, remember we have all of our Night Stretchers. We have 3 Night Stretchers in the discard pile, so we're guaranteed to get one. I was so ready to not get one there. I was so ready to not get one there. This is crazy that this is what keeps happening. All right, so let's go there. We retreat, take away all of their energy. 2 hundo. And then I do need 1 more basic to win. Or no, I need... Things could get really bad here. Oh, those are all cards. Yeah, I see why I won't... Thank you, Clan Burglar. I see why I won't win this game. They literally have it, don't they? They have Crispin. And then they have a Teal Dance or 2. But they probably shouldn't have flipped the script, right? Oh, because Crispin might not do it. I think they're out of energy. I say they don't have enough energy. I say they don't have lightning fighting. I say they don't have it. I think they overplayed their cards. I think they have a bunch of grass. But I don't think they have enough to win this game. There's no way. There's no way they have a lightning or a fighting in that deck, but I think they will have it. Because, yeah, they're just going to attach a lightning, and then they'll Night Strike. They only had grass psychic? Oh no! No! Not like this! Please no! Please! No, please no! I had to put the Uxie down! Please don't do this to me! I had to put the Uxie down! It was the only way! It was the only way! Not like this! Please not like this! They're down 2 energy switches. They have a 13 card hand. There's no way. They're not gonna fez my Uxie for game. That would never happen. There's no way. No, they need a double energy switch. There's no way. Trumpet. Okay, that's not going to do it. They still need attach energy switch. There's absolutely no shot. Oh god, they have the energy switch for the Raging Bolt now, don't they? They're taking a very long time to think about this. Okay, remember, they need to have 4 on an Ogerpon to take the knockout. So they don't got it. They're going to switch into somebody that they don't think I can KO. Oh, this is amazing. This is because they don't have it. They need to have another one. Oh, now which supporter do I use? We have all of our supporters. Which one do I use? I think, which is the funniest one? Lucian is the funniest one, so we're going to use Lucian, and I need to get one of my 2 Night Stretchers. So we're going to go with Lucian, because this is the funny one, and I need to get a Night Stretcher if I want to win the game. Now, Lucian's the funnier one, because you have to flip 2 coins, and I'm going to flip tails, they're going to flip... This could actually be bad, though. Never mind. This was perfect. We got it. GG. Because I can only do 220 damage if we both have full benches. And luckily, I just got another full bench. Even when PTCGL did everything in its power to screw me over, I am him. I got that dog in me. Everyone in the YouTube comments, just type in woof, woof, woof. And we'll know what you mean. Because I got that dog, and our last prize was Lillies. Remember when I wanted to be funny and I put Lucian, Harlequin, and Judge in this deck, and then we didn't play them at all until the very end of the game and they all ended up being useless? But remember, I told you, I guarantee to win. I always follow through on my promises.